The mountains of Appalachia are said to be home to some mighty strange and peculiar creatures. This week, we dive deep into yet another one of the mysterious creatures. I was looking for something to do a story on, out of ideas. I had a whole list of places, stories, and creatures. But I only do the ones that speak to me, so to say. None of these did. So I thought, let's do something close to home. So I did some research on legends in my county. A whole list popped up. Legends of missing Civil War treasure. A wealthy man passed, but his vast wealth was not to be found. A local man named Mr. English was told to rob a train and then to be caught later, his loot missing. Even tales of Spanish banditos who were killed passing through. Their loot is told to be hidden on an ancient burial mound. None of these still spoke to me, but then I see it. Legend of the JacksonCountyGiant. I said, thinking it was just a story. I looked into it and found a newspaper article. A local colonel caught sight of this beast. What a tale it was. Will you join me while we read the article and tell this impossible tale? Hi, I'm Stephen.
I'm Autumn.
Join us as we explore old forgotten cemeteries,
Visit haunted locations,
and communicate with spirits of yesterday.
giving a voice to the voiceless.
Join us on our journey. We are
Myers Paranormal.
Strange reports of a creature from all over the county began in 1877. In the grassy community in May, a woman encountered a mysterious, unearthly creature 7 to 8 feet tall, white in color. It was close to her, then it ran off. The woman ran to town the next day and told of her experience. The men ran back to her home to find a startling sight. Footprints so big it would take 3 men to make one, and a tuft of white fur. The men set out hunting this very creature. The tracks ended and no other sign was found. Then, come June, a story broke that would change the entire community forever. Colonel John Snodgrass, a former sheriff of Jackson County, and W. H. Payne, a druggist, went off for a day of fishing near the old town of Bellefonte, Alabama. They had a good day and set out for home. This is when they saw it, a trail of giant footprints leading off into the woods. This just surprised them. They ran back to Scottsboro and told Reverend R.D. Shook what they had saw. Reverend Shook and a Mr. Caldwell returned to the site of those tracks and measured them. They were 34 inches long and 14 inches wide. The space between them was immense. It equaled 7 rows of cotton. This was a huge beast of a creature. Word of this beastly creature spread throughout the state. Only days went by when 300 men, along with 500 dogs, converged on the site and set out to capture whatever this thing was. The dogs took up its scent and set out a-hunting. It wasn't long when the search party had the thing cornered against a bluff, but by some strange twist of fate, it escaped. As we know, mountain men will never give up without a fight, so the dogs and the angry men set to chasing the giant. It ended up wedging itself in a narrow gulch. Nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. The search party surrounded it and set to tying this thing up. It took all 300 men to drag it out of the place it was in, out into the open. Now let's read the article describing the giant. Jackson County Giant, the most wonderful creature ever seen in Alabama. A slight description of this fearful creature will not be out of place and will be quite interesting to scientific men in particular. First, he was carefully and accurately measured with a tape line, which A.D. Caperton had taken along for just that purpose. His height is 21 feet 3 inches, 6 feet 8 inches across the shoulders, arms 7 feet 6 inches long, fingers 14 inches long. His head is about the size of 4 barrels, 9 1/2 inches between the eyes. His beard was 6 feet long. The eyes of the monstrous creature are the most fearful to look upon. They open perpendicular instead of horizontally. The eyeballs are near the size of cantaloupes, and indeed look something like them being striped, and the stripes coming to a focus in the center. Various colored, each alternate slope between deep red and the other green. The glare most ferociously. In fact, it was pronounced by the whole 300 to be the most wicked-eyed they ever seen. His mouth is shaped like a triangle, and from it protrudes a couple of tusks 8 inches long. His complexion is between pea green and sky blue. The nails of his fingers and toes are like claws, 4 inches long. While being measured, he was quiet and sullen. Some think him related to the gorilla. Now while the group stood around trying to figure out what just to do with this giant they captured, the giant decided enough is enough. It snapped all the ropes as if it were simple strings. He jumped up, and in one big leap, he jumped over 40 men and 3 horses. He took out towards the river. He was chased to the edge of the river at the Bellefonte harbor, was last seen swimming for land. The Jackson County Giant was never seen or heard from again. Wow, what a tale! Could you imagine catching this creature like this? Another article printed in 1936 claims a man was inside some suit and admitted this on his deathbed. Really makes you wonder, is this creature really a fake? Some native tribes have lore that speaks of giants. Many times this story is told. Many try to link it to native folklore, like the Cherokee legend of the Moon-Eyed People or giants. Cherokee legends do contain a powerful giant being, such as the Judicalu, the giant lord of the hunt, who is said to be a powerful almond-eyed giant who can control time and jump from mountain to mountain. The Jackson County Giant is a local story that seems to draw from the regional folklore of large mysterious giant beings present in Native American traditions for a long time. Sometimes folks speculate the giant to be an albino Bigfoot creature, similarly to the Alabama White Thing. Hi everybody, it's Stephen with Myers Telfa Appalachia, and we're on location where Colonel Shook and W.H. Payne and all those men ran the Jackson County Giant. So it's crazy to think that the beast ran down this old dirt road down here, and then it was last seen right here at this point, swimming across the water into the vast reaches of the county. This location is the site of the old Bellefonte Harbor. Now, nothing's left. The last person left the town of Bellefonte in the early 1900s. The town was devastated by the Civil War. It was burned to the ground. And the only remnants of the town is this old harbor site, the chimney from the old hotel, and the cemetery itself is all that's left. So I thought it would be really neat to bring you to the actual location where the Jackson County Giant really was. So my question is, was there really a beast, or was it a man in a suit? Did 300 men make this story up? You guys will have to tell me in the comment section down below. Well, I appreciate y'all watching this video. Appreciate y'all listening to the story. Thank you for hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. And I guess until next time, we'll see y'all later.